Hey everyone, Rick here, and remember when I said that it was Kickstarter rewards season? At least for the projects that I backed. Well, good grief, here we go again. You already know what this is by the title of the video, but also right there on the side of the box, premium chest. Do you guys know about Widower's Wood? It is the, it's by Privateer Press. You might know them as a miniatures company who came out with War Machine and Hordes, which is all based in their Iron Kingdoms universe, and they've come out with board games based in that universe, like the Undercity, which was kind of the War Machine dungeon crawler, whereas this is going to be Widower's Wood, the Hordes kind of dungeon crawler in their Iron Kingdoms universe. So let's go ahead and crack this open and take a peek, because good lord, when I saw that they had an option to get the game in a huge like wooden treasure chest, yes, I absolutely did that for sure. So here we go. Oh man, look at that. That is just gorgeous with the leather or faux leather detailing, Widower's Wood there, and yeah, that is wood, definitely, with some metal detailing on it. Oh, good grief, this thing looks gorgeous already. I just love when Kickstarters give you an option to do some kind of really cool premium special edition of the game. I think that just kind of makes an otherwise interesting game unmissable when it comes to backing their project on Kickstarter. So here it is. Oh man, Widower's Wood, the chest, you got the handles there. I mean, this is a serious chest. Are you kidding me? This is just nuts. And I'm even now just still seeing details on this thing. So there's the 3 hinges on the back. And yes, believe it or not, folks, there is absolutely a game in here as well. And I don't know how well you can see it, but even the corner metal detailing is pretty awesome. You could probably... there are some holes in the front if you wanted to put a lock, if you absolutely wanted to. But otherwise, that just lifts right up. And then here we go. Oh, man. And these straps even have buttons on them, so it could, stay closed even without this latch. But here we go. Oh, sweet. So Widower's Wood, as I mentioned, is kind of the Hordes version, the more fantasy, more sword and sorcery style fantasy. So here's the base game itself, and we will take a look at that. I was just about to leave for game night when I realized, when the UPS guy pulled up, so I thought I would do a quick unboxing video on my way, or rather before I head out for game night. This was an expansion, by the way, one of the expansions that they've already completed for Widower's Wood. And then this is a box entirely full of the various stretch goal content, so we will definitely be taking a look at that. But also, with this chest comes, oh yeah, a custom laser-cut wood insert. Man. So you can store the game and the expansions and all the stretch goal content inside this chest, because this will all assemble basically as a game insert to then fit back in here. Oh, so cool. And what else is in here? Just some, oh, I see. It's a little instruction on how to set up these foam panels. So it kind of gives you an idea of where you can place them along the outside edges of this to keep your content safe. And along with this chest level pledge also came these really sweet custom dice for the game. Q Workshop dice. I have a couple of those dice. They've done some really nice dice for like free RPG Day and stuff. They just have really intricate work on all of them. So those are sweet. Okay, so that's the chest. This was, you know, its whole own pledge level. But the game itself, the fantasy version of the Undercity, if you've ever heard of the Undercity, the other thing is they are fully compatible. How awesome is that? Let me zoom in a bit, and we will take a bit of a closer look. How do you, oh yeah, this way. There we go. Okay, so they're fully compatible. You can play games with parts of the Undercity inside of your Widower's Wood game, or with your Widower's Wood stuff in your Undercity game. And also, the Undercity recently got an expansion, and that is fully compatible as well. So like I was mentioning, Privateer Press, all about War Machine and Hordes. They also have other games set in their Iron Kingdoms universe. Campaign guide and rule book. And then we have some gorgeous cardboard components, and we'll take a look at those in just a second. Well, first let me just do a quick. So there's going to be the terrain tiles, which are absolutely beautiful, honestly. That was one of the complaints people had with the Undercity, was the terrain. This is the Undercity right here. The terrain tiles look kind of bland and dungeonish, which I guess is kind of realistic for a dungeon, right? Here is the board for, man, this is a big board. It's like folded several times. Here's just a couple. So as you can see, it is fairly basic when you're looking at that. Of course, when you look up close, there is a lot of detail in all those squares. This is Widower's Wood board, and then you'll be laying down these other detailed terrain pieces on top of that. So that's fantastic. And then, of course, the miniatures. Tons of plastic figures. Oh man, guys, and here are the basic dice that come in the game. D6, white and black. Obviously, I don't even know where I put them, but those Q Workshop dice are going to be absolutely fantastic to replace otherwise just your typical D6. Looks like there's going to be some reference sheets in this pack, and possibly also some character cards, and then there's going to be smaller cards that you'll be doing things with. Lots of cards there, and then the full-size cards. Fantastic. Privateer Press always has really high production values, so that's always good. Let's crack open some of these miniatures. Let's see if we can do this a little bit differently. So I'll be right here. Okay, so now I did take a peek at the Kickstarter page to try to figure out, you know, what's going on with some of these guys, but I don't know offhand what the names of them are, but this is some kind of big bad worm, like a Tatzel worm or something. This guy is possibly my favorite figure. I mean, just look at him. He is pretty bad looking. And there are just all sorts of different poses for your different bad guys, obviously with their own set of rules for what exactly kind of villain they are. Privateer Press insignias on the bottom of the bases. Let's get some blue ones up here. This is like a lot of these guys are like reptilian, and so this is like an alligator guy wielding some kind of malicious weapon. So that just looks really, really good. And then here, these are the heroes. So let's take a quick peek at the heroes. You have what appears to be, you know, your typical, like, maybe more adept at casting magic guy. And I love the look of this guy. He looks like a little toad. Don't call him that, though, or he will stab you. This guy looks pretty badass. And then finally, this guy. So that is what comes in the base box. I know I said I would take a look at some more of those terrain tiles, but let's hold off on that just for the sake of time. I did want to crack open this stretch goal box really quickly and see what's in here. Okay, I still got time. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Gosh. What were these again? These were a whole bunch more scenarios. Lots and lots more scenarios that came as stretch goals. Here is some more terrain. Now I will take a look at this, just, you know, because I said I was going to take a look at the other stuff. This is more fall looking stuff. I just love this outdoor scenery. Look at the detailing on these tiles. That is really going to bring the game board to life. Lots of tokens, health tokens, money of some kind. It looks like currency. So there's all that. More cards. Feat cards are in there somewhere. More like villain cards. So this is a cooperative game. It plays solo. Yes, that's right. 1 to 4 players. You can play this solo because it is cooperative. So you can control, you would have to control multiple characters, but you can, so here's an example of it. Looks like one of the hero sheets. So there's a bunch of stats on there, some really good looking art, and some abilities and weapons. Here are some side quest cards. Very cool. So, what do you think's in here? Oh yeah! More miniatures, I'm sure. Bam! Let me come back over here. This guy is a beast. So some of this is going to be Kickstarter exclusive. Look at this guy. This guy is huge. My gosh. That is one ridiculous fig. I love it. So there's a lot more of the same. Some of the stretch goals were simply just to add more of these guys. I think the colors of them, because it looks like there's similar poses in different colors, and I think the colors kind of determine their strength, so you can distinguish them on the board. So there are obviously different looking guys. There's more of the same guys, so you got more villains. This guy looks crazy. But then also you have more heroes as well. I don't know how well that's focusing. Not very well, it looks like. Let's get to the heroes. So, I think this wolf is a companion of one of these other heroes. So I don't think the wolf itself is a hero. But you do have this pretty fancy cloaked person. You also have this guy with his triple chain weapon mace thing, and this guy with his super cool looking crossbow. And if I remember right, I think that wolf dog belongs to him, Man, he looks really cool. Love that. So there's lots more figures, lots more cards, lots more terrain. Let me take a look at the last thing, because I think I got time still. Oh, I am still zoomed in, aren't I? At the Dead Men Walking campaign expansion, because I love me some skeletons and undead in general. But look at that. Holy cow. Do you guys even see that? This is all stretch goal figures. All of this. Love it. That's stretch goal figures right there. And so that chest is going to have that insert so that you can store all this stuff nice and neatly. So inside of this box, you have more Privateer Press, advertising, you have rule, and this is a campaign, because I was going to say this is pretty thick. There's a decent amount of content in there. You have some really cool, like, crypt looking tiles that you'll be playing on. Widower's Wood, folks. Have you heard of Widower's Wood? Because I know there's a joke in there. Please, and I just thought of that myself, but please keep it friendly in the comments. Anyway, here, the epic Necromancer. So there's his villain card. Lots more cards in there. And then here, trying to keep all the figures separate, here are the figures that come in the expansion. Oh my gosh! Look at this guy. He is like literally just a tidal wave of skeletons, bones, and body parts. That's what this entire figure is. Just a tidal wave of dead parts. Sweet! And so there's a red version. So again, there must be multiple levels of how strong these guys are. Here is a really cool looking skeletal knight. Multiples of them. Then you kind of have your basic skeleton guys. No new heroes in here, it looks like. But this guy looks pretty cool. But just so basically more opponents, more stuff for you to run your heroes through the gauntlet of the Dead Men Walking expansion for Widower's Wood. So this is, I was so thrilled, guys. Oh my goodness. Like I was saying, this is, for me, Kickstarter reward season. We just had Gloom of Killforth rewards unboxing a week or two ago. Now we have Widower's Wood, which I was so thrilled. I mean, so someone asked, what are you playing on game night? And you pull out this gigantic wooden chest? Come on! And the fact that, I mean, this is a big, thick pack of laser cut wood to assemble and insert for this chest. That is too cool! But anyway, apparently Sword and Sorcery, people already have been getting that. My copy's supposed to be here by Friday, so I am thrilled. Stay tuned for Sword and Sorcery rewards coming up. Stay tuned for Folklore the Affliction coming up. Stay tuned for Fleet Commander, 7th Continent. Oh, even more stuff I can't even remember right now. Tons of Kickstarter projects coming in. This is Kickstarter rewards season. This has been Widower's Wood, the Wooden Chest Premium Kickstarter Rewards Edition unboxing. Thank you all so much for watching. I gotta get to game night. All right, talk to you soon.